Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
The Young and the Restless spoilers next week. Welcome back to our channel. Follow Genoa City Addicts. Today is another wild day in the soap world, and we desperately need to unpack the absolute insanity that just went down on our screens. Grab your strongest cup of coffee or maybe something a little stronger, because we have so much to discuss and I'm ready to dive right in. I cannot believe they just did that. I am literally sitting here staring at my screen, completely paralyzed by what just unfolded in Vegas. I mean, we all knew Matt Clark was a monster. We've known this for years, right? Anyone who has been watching this show knows that Matt is the absolute scum of the earth. But what he just pulled. The sheer, unadulterated evil of this man sitting in some dark, creepy surveillance room, just gloating while he watches the Newman family fall apart on his little monitors. It makes my blood boil. And I know some people are loving this dark, gritty Vegas storyline, but personally, I am a nervous wreck. I cannot handle seeing Matt Clark's smug face grinning from ear to ear while he plays God with Nick, Adam, Sharon, and Noah. It is sick, it is twisted, and I am completely here for the drama, but I am also terrified. Let's just start from the beginning because my brain is going a million miles a minute. So we have Adam and Nick in the car. First of all, the visual of these two brothers who have literally spent decades at each other's throats, destroying each other's lives riding shotgun together on a rescue mission is just wild. Reza Thompson actually came through with the intel, and they are driving straight into the belly of the beast. But Nick is driving. Nick is driving. Why on earth is Nick driving when he is clearly sweating, shaking, and completely losing his mind to withdrawal? Am I the only one who was screaming at the television for Adam to take the keys? But no, Adam is sitting in the passenger seat, watching his older brother absolutely unravel. And then comes the moment that actually made my jaw drop. Adam looks at Nick, sees that he is completely falling apart, and tells him that it's obvious he needs a fix, so just do what he needs to do. Adam Newman told his brother to take drugs. I mean, what? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's really think about this. On one hand, you have Adam, who is usually the ruthless, calculated one, making a cold, strategic decision because they need to keep moving to save Sharon and Noah. He knows Nick is useless as a shaking, withdrawing mess. But on the other hand, he is literally enabling his brother's addiction. I was so torn watching this. Half of me was like, Adam, you are a horrible brother. And the other half was like, well, what else is he supposed to do? They are driving into a hostage situation. It's so messed up. So they pull the car over. And we have to sit there and watch Nick Newman, the golden boy, the moral compass of the family, Victor's pride and joy given to his demons. It is heartbreaking. I've been watching this show for years, and seeing Nick reduced to this desperate, broken man who has to pull over on a dusty Vegas road just to function. It hurts. It really hurts. Remember when they tried to give Nick a dark storyline years ago and it just didn't stick? Yeah, didn't work then either because Nick is supposed to be the good guy. But this addiction storyline is hitting so hard because it's stripping away all of his Newman armor. Once Nick gets his fix, Adam finally takes the wheel. Thank goodness, because the idea of Nick driving them into a war zone while high is just too much anxiety for one episode. So Adam is driving, and you can just feel the tension building. Every second they get closer to that abandoned gas station, you know something terrible is going to happen. You just know it. Because Matt Clark doesn't just leave breadcrumbs without a trap. The whole time, Matt is watching them on the surveillance cameras. He's watching them pull up. He's watching them step out of the car. And then, bam! Nick just collapses. He literally hits the dirt out cold. I screamed. I'm not kidding. I woke up my dog because I yelled so loud. Adam rushes over to him, completely frantic, and Matt is just sitting there in his little villain lair, laughing. Because, of course, Matt laced the drugs, Of course, he did. Why would Matt Clark just let Nick have a normal bag of whatever he's addicted to? No, Matt had to poison it. He had to add some unknown, lethal substance to the mix because he wants Nick to suffer. He wants to break Nick from the inside out before he even gets to Sharon. Can we talk about how diabolical this is? Matt knows Nick is an addict now. He used Nick's deepest weakness against him. He turned Nick's coping mechanism into a weapon. I am so furious at Matt, but I also have to applaud the writers because this is top-tier soap opera villainy. It is so disgusting and so effective. Nick is lying there in the dirt, completely incapacitated, and Adam is left standing there, realizing that he just let his brother take tainted drugs. The guilt that Adam is going to feel over this. I mean, Adam told him to do it. Adam gave him the green light. Okay, back to the point. The teaser for the week of April 27th. Did you guys see that? Because I have watched it like 10 times and I am still hyperventilating, it cuts to Adam back in the hotel room. He is completely panicking. Adam Newman, the man who never loses his cool, the man who always has a backup plan, is gasping for air like he's having a full-blown panic attack. And Chelsea is there. Chelsea Lawson is standing there, looking at him like he has grown 2 heads, demanding to know where Nick is. Where is your brother, Adam? And Adam can barely speak. He is choking on his words. I am so stressed about this. What happened between Nick collapsing in the dirt and Adam ending up back in the hotel room having a breakdown? Did Adam have to leave Nick behind? Did Matt Scoons grab Nick? Because knowing Matt's sick, twisted mind, this is exactly what he wanted. He wants to offer a trade. Matt is going to demand Nick in exchange for the freedom of Sharon and Noah. He wants to trade the brother for the mother and son. It is a classic Matt Clark psychological torture game. He is putting Adam in the ultimate no-win situation. Does Adam sacrifice his brother, who is currently dying from lace drugs, to save his ex-wife and his nephew? Or does he try to save Nick and risk Sharon and Noah being blown to pieces in that gas station? I honestly think Adam is going to break under this pressure. We've seen Adam do terrible things, but we've also seen how fiercely protective he can be of his family when the chips are down. He doesn't want Nick to die. He really doesn't. Despite all their hatred, they are brothers. And Chelsea, oh man, Chelsea is going to lose her mind. She crossed enemy lines to team up with Sienna Bacall. She's doing all this shady stuff to survive Vegas. And now she has to deal with a broken Adam who might have just handed Nick over to the devil himself. I am so here for Chelsea stepping up and taking charge because Adam is clearly out of commission right now. But wait, let me contradict myself for a second. What if Nick isn't completely out of the fight? I know he collapsed. I know the drugs were tainted. But this is Nick Newman we are talking about. The man has survived so much. Is it possible that the adrenaline of knowing Sharon and Noah are locked in that gas station will force his body to wake up? Maybe he'll have this massive, heroic moment where he fights through the poison in his veins just long enough to bust through those doors and beat the living daylights out of Matt Clark. I want to see that. I want to see Nick absolutely destroy Matt. But then again, if the drugs are as bad as Matt was gloating about, Nick might be slipping into a coma. And let's talk about the aftermath of this, because whenever this Vegas nightmare ends, the real nightmare is just beginning for the Newman family. Nick's addiction is out in the open now. There is no hiding this from Victor and Nikki once they get back to Genoa City. Can you imagine Nikki's reaction? Nikki Newman, who has battled alcoholism for her entire life, finding out that her golden boy son is a hardcore drug addict who nearly died in the desert because he took laced dope from a psychopath. It is going to destroy her. It is going to absolutely shatter her heart. And Victor is going to go on a rampage. He will probably buy the entire state of Nevada just to make sure Matt Clark's remains are never found. I just can't shake the image of Nick collapsing. It was so brutal. The way the camera angled it, showing Matt watching it happen on the screen, treating it like a television show. Matt is treating their trauma as entertainment. It makes me sick to my stomach, but I also can't look away. I am dreading next week, but I'm also counting down the minutes until Monday's episode. How is Adam going to explain this to Chelsea? How is he going to fix this? Can he even fix this? Adam is smart, but Matt has the high ground, the hostages, and the poison bait. Am I the only one who thinks this might be the storyline that finally forces Nick and Adam to actually, genuinely bond? If they survive this, if Adam somehow manages to save Nick's life and get him into rehab, there is no way they go back to their petty corporate squabbles. This is life and death. This is blood. I know I am probably being overly optimistic because the writers love to make them hate each other, but a girl can dream, right? Anyway, I need to go lie down because my heart rate is way too high for this time of night. The Young and the Restless is absolutely killing it with this Vegas plot, and I am both terrified and obsessed. Let me know if you guys think Nick is going to pull through or if Adam is going to have to make the darkest trade of his life.